welcome to watch me build it. It's been a while, I know. I got a job that's taken up a lot of time, and what can I say? I haven't been around for a bit. But something special happened with Namoki in 2025. You see, I love chronographs. They're the watches that got me into watches in the first place. When I was a little guy, I used to love the watches with 3 dials on the dial. Now, as a watch modder, we've had no options for chronographs until this year. Namoki Mods have launched a couple of, well, they're not sets. They've launched the parts that you need to build your own 1960s vintage-inspired chronograph. In this video, I'm going to feature 2 watches that I've built using some of the parts that they offer, and I'm going to give you my impressions of those parts. Now, keep your eyes open. I'm going to be making a series of videos on how to build a chronograph so that you can build your own. Also, Black Friday is coming up at the time of the launch of this video. Use this code and you'll get yourself a really good discount for Black Friday specials. So go ahead, pick up some parts. It's not a lot of money. It's about €250 for the parts to build a watch. That's without a strap. And you're building one of the most complex, challenging watch building kits you can build right now. And you're getting a really, really good product. So come along, have a look at these watches, buy the parts. We can build one together. Cheers.
With respect to the parts, we begin with the chronograph case. It comes including the crystal, the crown, and the case back. You can have a brushed steel rayhout, or you can have your rayhout with a minute track on it. Currently, Namoki are offering 3 dials: a Panda, a reverse Panda, and a Skipper chronograph, which is a bi-compax dial. As far as hands are concerned, we have a multitude of choices. For the primary hands, you can choose Daytona or baton style hands, and then the small hands for the sub-register can be had in a multitude of colors, and the chronograph hands come in even more colors, and you can choose the color of your sub-register and chronograph hands once you've chosen your main set of hands. And then finally, you will be choosing your movement. Here you would use the VK63 for the 3 register dials and the VK64 for a 2 register dial. Allow me to introduce the 2 chronographs I built using Namoki's parts. Initially, I built one using the blue bi-compact dial because I thought it would photograph really well. And then I asked them to send me the reverse Panda dial so that I could build a chronograph that looked really, really classic, just like the chronos of the 60s. So for this one, I was inspired by Tag Heuer's Carrera chronograph Skipper. I used the blue bi-compact dial and the orange chronograph hand. But then for the watch on the left, I was inspired by Tag Heuer's Carrera chronograph, and of course I used the reverse Panda dial and the white chronograph hand. I also used a white sub-register hand at 9 o'clock because that's also a chronograph function, and I thought I'd hark back to some of the older models from the 1960s in doing that. And this classic looking reverse Panda dial is the one I'm going to do the closer up review on. So I'm going to give you a look and feel. The look is very vintage. Have a look at how this dial tucks in just under that rayhout. It is amazing. Dimension wise, we're vintage as well. So on the case width, we're coming in at a hair under 38 millimeters. Thickness, we're actually quite slender at 12.4 mil. Now you need to bear in mind that includes about 1.5 mil of domed crystal. Lug to lug, also really small, 46 millimeters. And then because of the width being only 38, the lug width is 18 mil. Easy enough to get straps for that one. But here we go. Let's do the outside in review. The case back that this unit comes with is very plain. I've still got the protective sticker on here, but it's a straightforward case back. Nothing to write home about, nothing special about it, but it does the job well. Then, if we look at the case is well finished. It's polished throughout. There isn't a brushed surface anywhere on this case. But it works really well. I think it's quite utilitarian and it looks really good. Finishing is really excellent. Something that I do love about this case are these lugs. If we come round to have a look at them, they are beveled inward towards the strap, and this harks back to the old Tag Heuer cases. I think it's done excellently well. It adds a bit of interest, and I really do enjoy those lugs. A wonderful case, it really is. Now we're going to take a look at this crystal. I love this crystal. It's mineral crystal. It's not sapphire, but it's deeply, deeply domed. It's like a top hat, and it's got amazing distortion. Just have a look at what it does to the indices and just the look of this. It feels like something from a bygone era. I love this crystal. I really, really do. And just spending a bit of time enjoying the distortion that it shows you. And then moving on to the dial, a beautifully finished dial. The sub-register dials are great because they're recessed on this dial and they've got concentric circles worked into the silver surfacing. The printing is crisp, absolutely incredible. The indices are applied indices and they have a dot of lume just between themselves and the ray height, executed really very well. This, of course, is the VK63 movement, and that means you have a 24-hour scale at 3 o'clock, the running seconds hand at 6, and then the minute totalizer for the chronograph function at 9. On this build, I chose to put a white hand at 9 as well as a white hand on the chronograph, because some of the older chronographs would have done that. They would have distinguished between ordinary timekeeping in silver and chronograph in white. So that's why I've put a white hand up at the 9 o'clock register. It's not the most visible, but that was the idea. All in all, I love the finished look of this watch, and I actually think it comes way closer than Tag Heuer did themselves in terms of homaging the old watches of the 1960s. And in pursuit of that overall feel, I went onto AliExpress and I bought a really affordable leather strap with the holes punched into it like the racing straps from that era. It looks nice enough on film. It had a bit of an odor to it that has worn off, but nonetheless, I think it finished the look of this watch off really, really well. I'm super delighted with this. It's one of my favorite watches in my collection at this moment in time. Now, what about this blue beauty in the background? There it is. This is the Skipper chronograph dial inside of a case with no minute track. I didn't know that the case came without the minute track. I didn't know that was an option. I would have used a minute track. But look at this dial. It's got this beautiful sunburst blue in it. And it's also got these incredible turquoise, orange and green colors. I just love the colors of this watch. It turned out so nicely. I didn't expect it because of the green and the turquoise and the orange. Not really my colors normally, but I love wearing this watch. And rather than using leather, I used a tropic rubber strap because it's homaging a yachting watch, and it worked a peach. Almost a perfect match for the dial. I am blown away by this watch. It's also incredible what a difference a bicompact dial makes over a tricompact dial. Totally different balance. Something to mention, these sub-registers are just printed on this style. They're not recessed as they are on the tri-compact styles. But we've also got applied indices and dots of loom between the indices and the rayout. A gorgeous, gorgeous watch. And there they are together. The tri-compacts racing chronograph, the bi-compacts yachting chronograph. Two amazing offerings, and they're DIY kits. You can build these with your own 2 hands. Thank you, Namoki. You have made my 2025 a really amazing watch building year. And here we are, playing out with our 2 legends. As is always the case, I'm going to show you a wrist roll. So this is how beautifully the 38mm fits on my 7-inch wrist. First showing you what the Tri-Compact's reverse panda looks like. They really fit snug on the wrist. The lugs wrap around. They don't stand proud. Just incredible. And then this is what the Skipper chronograph looks like on wrist with the Tropic rubber strap. Absolutely worthwhile. Pick yours up, and for Black Friday you can have it for a really decent discount. Thank you guys. We'll see you again. Cheers.